And so today, what I want to share in a very short amount of time, compressed, so we just know Einstein time just expands right now, is that prosperity is an inside job. It's not an outside thing, it's an inside thing. And as our beloved Dr. Tracy mentioned earlier in her prayer, and I just lost that thought because I really am still like vibrating from that song. It's the place that we're coming from. It's a place that we're speaking from, that we're moving from. Instead of life is not really meant to be lived from the outside in, it's from the within out. And the master teacher, Jesus, talked about it so much. He said the kingdom of heaven is within. It's within. It's within us. It moves from within. It's all about what is going on within us. So the great news is it doesn't matter what is going on outside of you. It doesn't matter what's going on outside in the world. It doesn't matter what the economic status is. It doesn't matter what the job percentage is, unemployment. It doesn't matter if there's a recession, a pandemic. It doesn't matter. What matters is what is going on within each of us. I love this. I'm teaching a class right now, one of my favorites. It's called Spiritual Economics, and it's based on the book by Eric Butterworth. This is one of my top 5 books. If you don't have this book, get the book. Read the book. Study the book. Live the book. It's a brilliant book on prosperity. I'm also speaking from this book and this topic every Wednesday night in the month of October. So I invite you to join me on campus or online, 7 to 8 p.m. Central. And there is a line that he has in this book that is so profound, and it says, "Let nothing outside of you ever take command of you." Okay, this is a key. Let nothing outside of you ever take command of you. I command, we each command what goes on inside of us. It's the greatest asset we have. I get to command what's going on inside of me. And so nothing outside of me gets to command my life. That's one of the key tenets of this teaching, this faith, this philosophy, this way of life, right? Change your thinking, change your life. And so we don't have to let anything outside of us take command of us. No matter where your current state is in your life, you can take command of that. And I know what Tracy said that was so profound, and that is that prosperity is not just about money, right? I believe that prosperity is about every area and aspect of our life, right? To be prosperous in every area, having just moved through, thank God for vaccinations, but having just moved through COVID, it's like, oh my gosh, my health, my wholeness, that area of my life is so significant. And I'm prosperous when I'm healthy and whole. I don't feel so prosperous when I'm not. I'm not able to move about the cabin of my life as much as I want to. I can't be in the places and be with the people I want to be with and do the things I want to do. So it's like health and wholeness is one area. Our relationships, our intimate relationships, our family relationships, chosen or not, right? Our friendships, our everything about we are heard animals, right? Our relationships. It's about the work and the service that we give, not the paycheck that we get. It's the service that we give. Am I doing that in a place and with people and doing what I love to do? So it's our vocation. It's our service to the world. We're compensated back for that service. You know, our health, our wholeness, our relationships, and the things that we're passionate about and love to do in the world, right? So prosperity is about all of that. So one of the keys I'm going to mention like 2 keys, but they're actually about 6 in here. So if you can't find them, hunt for them, right? But one of the main keys to living a prosperous life is we must stay centered at the root of reality. Okay? We must stay centered at the root of reality. Reality with a capital R. What really is life all about? And stay centered in that. And many of us, most of us in this faith and philosophy no longer believe in a God up there, right? Okay, one of us. And I saw a couple of head shakings. Y'all got to take some more classes now. All right, so, I know JL doesn't, right? No longer believes in this God up there, this something out, big something in the sky, that we don't. And so the key to staying centered is to become on fire with the awareness of the presence. Whatever we choose to call it. Connect with the presence, be as the presence. We establish ourselves in the consciousness of God's Spirit, this universal presence. When we do that, and as we do that, as frequently as we do this, the whole universe moves. It moves. And so I call it now primarily this divine oceanic substance. That's what I call it, divine oceanic substance. It's omnipresent, which means the all of it. Now, it's a big it. The all of it is everywhere present simultaneously. So the all of it, this divine oceanic substance, all of it is right where you are. Right where you are. And it's just amazing to think about that. Not just some of it, but all of it. So to stay rooted in this reality of life, to take time, it has to happen on the inside of us. That's where this takes place, this connection. This is a key. So I like to have things that help me anchor so that when I go within and I can feel this allness, I connect with this allness, all of it, right? I am this, that I am inside of me. So I use all kinds of anchors. I actually made a video. Well, I didn't make the video. I pulled the video from the intro of a movie that I really like. And then I added some music that comes from another movie that I really like. And I brought this, we're going to spend 3 minutes. I want you to soak it up with your eyes, but the point is for you to take it on the inside of you, okay? So this is the intro to the movie Contact with Jodie Foster. If you haven't seen it, watch it. And the music piece that I chose is from a movie called The Mission, which is also a brilliant movie. Okay, so we're going to dim the lights, and we're going to be with the universal presence, all of it, because it's big. did you see how that ended? So it's like all of the universe, all of it. I mean, our galaxy became this little bitty speck, and all of the universe, all of it is everywhere present simultaneously. And how to, I don't know if it's imagination, but how to bring that feeling, that awareness of this divine oceanic substance is everywhere present simultaneous, which means all of it is within me, is within you. And to sit with that, to sit with it and connect with it and to be as it, right? Because as Eric Butterworth says, the whole universe of innate substance is centered in you. And perhaps this might shock some of you, but the universe was no more centered in the master teacher Jesus than it is in you. That's one of the keys. You know, he said in effect, paraphrasing, I have overcome the world by proving the power of faith and the inherent potential within each of us. And if you believe in the creative flow of the universe, as I have done, then you can do all that I have done. And greater things shall you do. So that's the key, right? Stay centered in the root of the reality within you, okay? And do that persistently and consistently, establishing the oneness with this divine oceanic substance. Ernest Holmes also speaks to this. He says, there can be no greater or more complete allness. This allness is within us. Or we may say that within is the only place we can contact it. It is necessary to understand this, else sometimes we shall be trying to reach outside, and that is impossible. So, that's one main key. The second key to a prosperity consciousness, and we want to build this consciousness. The second key is to stand guard at the door of your mind. Stand guard at the door of your mind. What that means is don't allow any negative thoughts, any limited thoughts, or thoughts of lack stand unchallenged. See, there's a difference. It's not don't have them. I don't know about you, but I have them. Does anybody have them? Okay, phew, you know. So it doesn't mean we're trying to eliminate them, but to stand guard at the door of our own mind and not let them stand unchallenged. That's the key. It's like trying to meditate and not have any thoughts. No. What are we doing with the thoughts? In meditation, we're not grabbing onto them. In this, to build a prosperity consciousness, it's to stand guard and then make sure they're not left unchallenged. Well, I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. There it goes. I don't have enough. No, I'm going to stand and say that is not true. The allness of life itself, the abundance of life itself is everywhere present. It's flowing at all times. That means it is flowing as me, through me, right here, right now. So, hooey! See? I challenge that thought over and over again until that is not a thought that's going to grow or get rooted in me. And that changes. And then the other thing is that it's just as important that we have to have the end in mind, to have the end in mind of something. And so we want to see it, we want to feel it. It doesn't have to be so specific, it can be general, and in our faith and philosophy we call this a mental equivalent. What is this end in mind of something that has to do with my prosperous life? What is it that I want? I see it and I feel it and I hold it. And I hold that consistently, I'll hold that constantly. I hold that vigilantly, and I hold it until whatever is within me, as I'm holding that mental equivalent, I hold it and I hold it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, how many days or weeks or months or year, I hold it until what I feel and what I see inside of me, I actually get to experience in my life. And it may look a little different, right, than what it is. Again, I'm getting more general instead of specific now. I started very specific 15 years ago. I'm getting more general because this infinite wisdom knows a little bit more than sometimes I do. And so I'm getting more general than specific. How do I want to move in the world? How do I want to feel about it? What do I want to experience? So it may not be a person in a relationship. In other words, it could be the relationship. Well, how do I feel in that relationship? What do I experience in that relationship? What the partnerships you see, it's not so specific. But you get to play with your divine oceanic substance however you want. But the key is to hold it consistently on the inside. And hold it no matter what, again, shows up outside of each of us in our life. Ernest Holmes says that the mold of your acceptance is the measure of your experience. So this is sort of the other key thing that I wanted to bring forward. So the mold that I'm placing, this mental equivalent, the mold is my acceptance of it. So I have that mental equivalent. Can I fully accept that this is real, that this is true? I have to accept it. It's my receivership. And so we are to accept. Ernest Holmes says, how much life, abundance, goodness, truth, and beauty can we mentally entertain? This is the measure of our possible experience. This is the mold of acceptance. So this infinite, this allness, the divine oceanic substance fills, that's a Tennessee thing, fills all molds and flows forever in new and greater ones. It is the unborn possibility of limitless experience, and we are the ones who give birth to it. So, our acceptance. And tie acceptance with expectancy. What I accept and what I expect. Faith is expectancy. I expect it. I've made the mold. This is what I know. This is what I'm holding, this mental picture. I've accepted it, and now I expect to experience it. I expect it. What happens when you expect something? Do you tend to get it? Expecting mothers. Right? I expect you to meet me on this day at this, right? I expect it. If I don't expect you to meet me, what tends to happen? So faith is expectancy. I love Wayne Dyer. He says, I am realistic. I expect miracles. So to have that expectancy. And this is how people want to know, how, Karen, have you built a prosperity consciousness? These are the key ways in which I do it. And so I'm going to end with this reading from Spiritual Economics before Peter comes up and does a spiritual mind treatment. But I'm going to end with this reading to anchor all of this. Eric Butterworth says, you can achieve prosperity if you can believe in the allness of God's substance, ever present and all sufficient, abundantly able to meet any and every need in your life. Your potential to harness the flow of the universe is the very law of your being. Even as you flick of a switch turns on the light by reason of the law of electricity, so your faith releases your success power by reason of the law of spirit within you. It's within you, right? He says no miracles are required. It is the way you've been created. You are a rich and creative spiritual being, and you can never be any less than this. Within you now, and always is, the unborn possibility of the limitless experience of inner stability and outward treasure, and yours is the privilege of giving birth to it. And you will if you believe. So spend time within to connect and contact the allness and the isness of life itself. Stay rooted. Know that nothing outside of you has command over you. Absolutely build a mental equivalent and hold it and hold it. Don't let it go no matter what's going on until you experience that mental equivalent. And expect it to be. We are meant to live a prosperous life in every single area of our life. And as we prosper, everyone around us does. What a beautiful thing for us to know and to be. So it is.